If you are attracted to emotional unavailability, if you find yourself attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable, ultimately it is going to be an unsatisfying and frustrating experience. You will not feel the sense of satisfaction and peace and fulfillment, nourishment, a sense of nurturing that you can get when you find somebody and you feel like they actually want you. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to doubt yourself. And you don't have to doubt the relationship. You feel a sense of satisfaction. So, a really important question to keep in the back of your mind as we discuss this is, do I want to continue investing in relationships that are unsatisfying? Unsatisfying. Now, I just want to start by reviewing a few simple signs that you may be attracted to emotional unavailability. Okay. And the first one is finding yourself drawn to people who are hard to read or hard to figure out. Okay. They are not big communicators, they are not consistent with what they say. The way they show you affection, some of the things they say to you, they are not consistent. One minute, maybe you feel like, well, there are clear indications that they like me and they want to be with me. And in the next minute, you feel like, well, why did they do that? Why did they say that? And so, what you find yourself doing when you are drawn to emotional unavailability is it's like you're always looking at a map. You've got some huge map, and you're staring at it and you're looking and you're trying to look at all the different points on the map. You're trying to figure out, well, how does this relate to this? And you look at this huge wall, just a huge map of different points, and you're trying to figure out, well, like, how did these dots really connect? You're working hard. You're working hard. And you know what? If you're honest with yourself, you're frustrated. You're annoyed. You feel negativistic. You feel pessimistic that you're going to get what you want in this relationship, that this is the right person for you. And yet, which brings me to sign number 2, you feel stuck in the chase. You feel stuck being pulled to them like this intense gravitational force. And yet, if you really try to ask yourself, well, why am I so drawn to them? Why am I so attracted to them? What is it that I do like so much about them? Well, here's the really confusing, contradictory thing about being attracted to emotional unavailability. Sometimes you're not even all that interested. Sometimes there are clear things about this person you might not like. There are traits they have that you might not be attracted to. And yet, if one of the emotional sort of problems that you deal with in life is that you are still attracted to emotional unavailability, you still find yourself pulled, despite the different reasons why logically you don't want to continue to be with them. Another indicator that you are attracted to emotional unavailability is that your behavior shows your behavior. If you were to look outside of yourself, or you were a friend of yours and that friend were to look at your behavior and try to say, what can we glean? One of my favorite words, by the way. What does their behavior show? Despite what they say, what does their behavior show? Well, the behavior often shows that you seem more comfortable in a state of longing, like you can see that person there, that love, and it's so close and you're going to hang on till the bitter end. You're like reaching for something that's out of your reach, but You're going to just keep trying to get it. So you're more comfortable in a state of longing for emotional intimacy than actually receiving emotional intimacy. And you know what? One of the most frequent things that I hear from people who struggle with emotional unavailability is, well, so and so is really interested in me and wants to be with me, but they're too nice for me, or, but I'm just not physically attracted to them. Okay. Sometimes what that shows is the individual who says that is more comfortable in that state again of longing and reaching for something as opposed to actually receiving it and holding on to it. Okay. And a final sign that you're attracted to emotional unavailability is that you find yourself making excuses for the distance in the relationship. You can clearly feel so many times that the other person isn't making a lot of effort. Maybe they text instead of when they could call and actually connect more with you. Maybe you feel like you don't see them as much as you would like, and the times when you do see each other are too spaced out. Maybe it seems like, well, their schedule is just always so complicated, so busy, and their calendar is so full. So you feel like you are dependent on their calendar availability and you feel squeezed in. So these are all things that can feel, once again, as we come full circle, unsatisfying. These issues can make you feel frustrated and unsatisfied. And instead of focusing, really looking honestly at that feeling that you have of feeling unsatisfied in these situations, what you often find yourself doing is making excuses for why there is that distance. You make excuses. Well, they're just really busy. Or, well, it might be for this reason or that reason, but making excuses. Now, listen, nobody ever wants to be in a relationship as a pattern where they feel they need to be put in the position where they are making excuses for someone. Okay. Really look at your feelings honestly. If you find yourself drawn, pulled to people who are emotionally unavailable, and ultimately ask yourself this: is that really what I want in this life, to continue to feel unsatisfied in my relationships? I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist. You may also find some other videos that I have on my channel here helpful for you.